Okay, right now I got two of these Racor filters, one on each side. And as you can see, this one is quite dirty. So I'm going to work on cleaning both of them. The other one's not so bad. I already disassembled, drained and disassembled it. Took a little finagling, but everything is pretty well apart, enough that I can clean it. And what I have is these parts right here. So the T-handle, which keeps the lid in place up top, then the bowl right here, and then here we have part of the interior pieces. It's a little ball bearing and there's a seal in that. But this one's not as bad. You can see where the smudges are from trying to take it off. So I'm going to wipe all these down, kind of clean it up. And then these 4 screws, these hold the bowl up from right here. So there's 4 of them on here for each, holding everything together. And then for the gasket kit, placed all these gaskets in where I think they all go. But got everything together here. And then the instructions on disassembly right here as well. This is a Racor 500 FG. And, okay, you can kind of see right there, 500 FG. And then the kit is this right here, the 15 to 11 seal kit. So it has all these seals for rebuilding. And this right here, it's actually a glass juice bottle, but definitely not juice. That's the diesel. And I got spare kit for the other filter and some spare filters here. So I'm just going to go through cleaning some of this stuff up. This one, you can kind of see quite a bit of muck in there, so that's going to be cleaned out. And so that's a lot of sediment in there just from the fuel. I didn't see any water. I don't see any water in the other one either, but just looking at this, there's a lot more junk in there. Yeah. So definitely going to need to get cleaned out, so hoping to do that very soon. But what's nice is with how my fuel system is set up, right here, got this T where this hose at the end of the T went to the fuel tank right here, but since I got this little 3-gallon tank, it's going to that. Then it splits up to each filter with one of these bulbs for priming bulbs on each side going to the filters. And I've heard some people don't like these bulbs just to keep from having additional connections, but there's a little shut-off valve on each one. So while I'm cleaning one, I could essentially still use the other side. But right now it's getting to springtime, and figured it's good just to do some cleaning up here first. Get things ready. Before wintertime I did not do an oil change, so once the filters are clean, I'll get the engine running again, get it warmed up, then I'll do an oil change and filter. so I need to get a filter. No, actually I think I have one. But yeah, just part of regular maintenance, and some stuff possibly haven't been done for a while. This is also the filter for this motor. So we've got, in a way, these are primary because it goes to this before it goes to the one on the engine. So as it splits off, it goes to the filter. Then on the back side of the engine, they combine to another T, where then it'll come up to this filter. I think that's the line right here. And then it goes through the engine fuel system. There's a little bit of cleaning up to do over here. Could probably pull out the shop vac and clean up some of that loose debris. So that's part of what my day's gonna be up to. Okay, I just put everything back together. It's pretty clean. I did a couple pumps with the bulb down here just to see that everything was sealed up pretty good. But everything looks pretty good. Everything got tightened back together, replaced some seals, put in a new filter in here. The ones I took out were 2 micron, and the ones I bought before were 10, so I just went ahead and put that in, and maybe next time get a 2 micron. But next need to work on this other one, as it's pretty bad. One thing with the filters, here's a pack with a filter. So right there you can see 10 micron. And with the filters, it comes with these 2 gaskets. The big black one is for the lid, and then the little one is for the T handle, which you can see the one right here. I'm holding on to these ones right now. The seal kit came with filter, or the seals that I used on there, so I don't need to use these ones. So these ones are good to hold on to for now. Next, like I said, I'm going to get to this one. One, I guess, issue is right here is where to drain the fuel out, right here, and right above the water filter. So it might take a little bit of to try to get it out there. I do have a funnel back here, so I could probably try using this to drain the fuel out and then take it apart and clean it up. Then these are all the seals that came off and are going to get thrown out. So went pretty well. And then these other gaskets were not used and won't need it. I just drained the fuel out of this filter, and still some liquid in there right now. That's probably just draining from what was in the filter, but I put that in the glass jar. You know, put it into this glass jar, and there's still some debris in there, but everything was just black. The fuel didn't come out of the filter right away, but once it did, a little bit was breaking up and going into the jar, and you know, the fuel just was not clear. It was just completely black. So I already went to the boat yard and poured that out in the disposal spot. But now I'm just going to take this one apart and clean it up. Considerably more gunk in this one, so kind of curious to see how the filter looks in there.